My name is Naseer Chowdhrey. I'm a neurologist here.
Can you tell me what it's like to be a doctor?
It's great to be a doctor. On day-to-day basis, I think as a physician, it's a privilege when you sit down in front of somebody and people opens up to you and tell the most difficult situation they go through, which they can't sometimes feel to share with their family. They open up with in front of their physician, and that's a privilege. At the same time, it's a challenge as well, and it's a lot of difficulties, a lot of sacrifices. As a physician, you give both on your time, mostly when you have families, and the family time is always taken away because this is not a 9 to 5 or 9 to 6 or 9 to 4 job. This is a commitment.
What made you choose going into a specialty field versus primary care?
I rotated in neurology with it's a mandatory rotation when you're a medicine resident, and the guy I rotated in neurology is for almost a year was after me that you have to go into neurology. I don't know why. And eventually I decided to switch my residencies from medicine to, I could have finished another year and done with medicine too, but then a little over 2 years I completed and switched to neurology, and then I went for neurology residency and then some other additional fellowships and stuff. So that's how I changed my position from medicine to specialty in neurology.
Now, would you say that as a specialist, you have to do more training? Do you have to do like more schooling? Or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it depends on the specialty and depends on what your interests are. So for specialty, for example, if you have to go to most of the specialty, you do, for example, you do endocrinology. So that's a part of medicine specialty, but you do 3 years of medicine and then 2 years of endocrinology. That's an extra training. You do cardiology, you have to do medicine, then go for that, or you do rheumatology. So some of these offshoots of medical specialties, but you have to do medicine, like pulmonary critical care, you have to do medicine and then go. And there are some completely different specialty, like neurology is one of them. So you still have to do a year of basic neurology medicine residency, even if you want to do neurology. And then you have to do another 3 years of medicine, neurology residency, which is completely different. Then if you are interested in some other additional fellowships and other things, depending on you, because there's so many things have changed over the years, in neurology, so many specialty. We have epilepsy, we have Parkinson's disease movement disorder, we have MS, we have pain management, we have immunology. There's so many different fellowships have come up over the years. You have headache specialty, like many of them, and then you have to spend 2 years in that after doing your residency, and overall it ends up taking definitely more time. This is a lifelong commitment and dedication, and if you have that attitude, then I think every year you spend is worth it.
What personality traits do you think someone should have if they want to be a physician?
Overall, I think hard work, good temperament, and just having compassion, because this is a profession for compassionate people. This is not a money-making machine. People think a lot about it. Oh my God, these physicians, they make so much of money, and they they do this and they do this, and they're like living in heaven. No.
If you found it easy to find a job after you graduated medical school?
For jobs, for medical professionals, there is so much a shortage of physicians in this country, particularly at this stage. There's job everywhere. For neurologists, there's probably 50 jobs for a neurology, even in a small little town in Albany. So job is never a problem. For physician, jobs were never a problem.
What is one of your favorite things about working for community care?
You know, as I said, it's the most important thing as a physician. I think not only me, any physician would like to work independently and not having your, anybody's foot on your neck all the time, telling you what to do and how many patients to see and, how to see, how to manage things. Because I think personally, physicians have a pretty good knowledge how to run the offices and what works and what doesn't work. And I think community care, and particularly, I think they have left that model live for physicians. And most of these practices are run by physicians, and they manage things, and that's why I think it's one of the most successful practice in the region.
What advice would you give a student who is thinking about becoming a doctor?
I always go back to one thing: the hard work. So that is something, the work ethics are so critical in this profession.